everyone, and welcome again to our B&B Chain AMA series. Today, we want to take a deep dive into the future of social gaming and really find out what we need to know about it for the coming months, for this year, as it's such a hot topic in Web3 today. With me, I have an awesome set of guests. Please, everyone, welcome Brian, CEO at Lifeform. We have Adam from Universe. We have Lalin from Halo, and I'm also want to give a warm welcome from Rita from Plant Crossing. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks.
Cool. We do these AMAs to just give our community a chance to interact with exciting projects, to learn about what is happening in Web3, basically firsthand, and yeah, really want to open up the opportunity for Q&A with our audience later on. Before we do so, let's dive into a quick introduction of our awesome guests and their projects, and would love to start with Rita from Plant Crossing.
Thanks, Kay. Hi, everybody. My name is Rita, CMO of Plant Crossing. And for me, my previous experience was in Web2 investments. I worked for a few funds focusing on primarily on consumer products as well as SaaS. And I started my career in crypto years ago. First worked in Web3 fund as well, and then I worked together with some projects in marketing and operations. So I'm gonna make a quick introduction of Plant Crossing. So Plant Crossing is a Web3 game and social app built on Avalon platform. And it's based on hyper-casual gameplay, just like Pokemon Go, targeting both Web2 and Web3 users with optimized user experience for both crypto as well as non-crypto users. And the gameplay in MVP is super easy, just like walk, collect, and earn. So basically, players, through walking in the real world, they can collect, breed, level up, and exchange buttons, which is a digital collectible of fantasy creatures in our game. And they can also take like 10 to 15 minutes every day in app to collect a token, which is a token for Plant Crossing, as well as the platform token for Avalon platform. So thank you guys, and this is a brief intro, and welcome to join us.
Thank you so much for that overview, Rita. Brian, you want to go next?
Yeah, certainly. Thanks for having me. I'm Brian, co-founder, CEO of Lifeform, and I'm really excited to be here and talk to everyone. I've seen these projects before, and really great audience and great group here today. So Lifeform is positioned as the open solution provider for decentralized identification. So you can understand it as sort of Web3 visual identity creator and editor. Users with their visual DID can come into the world of Metaverse and Web3 applications. So Lifeform simplifies the creation, usage, management, all of that for virtual identities. In November 2022, we launched our virtual human editor and quickly reached over 200K avatars minted. And then in February of this year, we expanded with Lifeform Cartoon, which has built our user base to over 3.2 million. So we've seen a lot of growth this year that we've been very excited for. For avatars created with Lifeform Virtual Human Editor, they can not only be used in major Web2 video sharing applications like Zoom, Google Meet, Discord, TikTok, but also the avatars serve as users' login for all dApps in the Web3 ecosystem, smoothly bridging the gap between Web2 and Web3 for new users coming into the space. So the upcoming game, Halo World, will be the first application where the concept will be launched at start. So Lifeform will continue to provide technical support for follow-up developments of Halo World, and will continue to incubate other Web3 projects in our ecosystem. We actually just opened our Eco Affiliate program, which is to provide DID solutions to promising projects. So our Lifeform SDK is mainly a technology for creating and integrating virtual characters, enabling developers to easily integrate virtual human models into various applications, games, metaverses, etc. And this helps developers improve the user experience and interaction effects while also increasing the efficiency and reducing costs. So ultimately helping push the visual DIDs to become the login credentials for all of Web3 applications. The Unity version of the Model SDK will be launched in Q4 this year, and we're very excited about that. And we will also promote mutual cooperation among projects incubated by Lifeform, bringing more ecosystem development possibilities for Hello World. So our purpose is really to build a huge digital citizen ecosystem.
Thank you so much for that awesome overview. Really fascinating how Lifeform brings together so many cutting-edge currents that we currently see in Web3, and really look forward to diving in a little bit deeper later on during this AMA. Lilin, you want to go next?
Okay, thank you, Kay. And before I do the introduction, because of my sore throat, so I may have to do the clearing throat sometimes. So I would like to apologize for the noise I make. Okay, hi guys, hi all the audience from BNB Chain and all the builders. This is Lilin from Halo, and I'm the ambassador. And just as Brian mentioned, we will launch the game Hello World in April, which is a hyper-realistic virtual human game based on Unreal 5 engine. And in Hello World, every virtual human is a digital life capable of interaction, communication, and cooperation. You can build your network in Hello World to communicate, share, create, and explore with individuals around the world. And you can also participate in various activities with your avatars and earn digital rewards and achievements in the virtual world. The virtual human is also another you in the parallel world. And before planning to develop Hello World, our team did some research on the entire chain game market. Blockchain games are going through a stage of rapid development and change. And with popularity of blockchain technology and digital assets, more and more game developers and investors have begun to pay attention to the development of this field. Reborn in Web3, looking for another you. This has always been the slogan of Halo. And when we released NFT, we planned to create a real application scenario for NFT. And GameFi is indeed the next good application scenario. Hello World is a super realistic metaverse where every virtual human lives a digital life, just like in the real world. You enrich yourself through various activities and then give full play to your maximum value at work. And it's very much like a game app that grows with you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for that overview. Can't wait for the release myself. Last but not least, we have Adam from Universe with us. Welcome, Adam.
Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Adam. So let me just give a very quick introduction about Universe. So Universe is actually inspired by the globally famous game like Pokemon Go and Tinder, where the users got to move around their city that is moving in the real map built in the app. So they go around and then they can collect treasure that is actually provided by either by Universe or our partners. So the goal of our Universe is that we want to make allowing people to use game as a scenario for them to actually make them to actually making friends easier, so they can actually connect with people around them with the topics that they can find in the game. So this is a very quick introduction about Universe. So basically, Universe is actually going to launch a free-to-play version like very soon, and also we are going to announce our seed round investor as well. So just stay tuned, and as it's going to be announced this week. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adam. Top-notch panel we have with us today. Really excited to welcome all of you. For me, a question, I think for many in the community as well. We are speaking here about socialify gaming. Want to ask everyone on the panel, right? Obviously, games always have a social element to it, but what really is the social part in your project, and especially how do you see Web3 factor into that? Maybe starting with Brian, just because your project touches on so many different aspects, but what is really the core of social gaming in Web3 for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say social gaming is critical for Lifeform. So with Lifeform, we create a digital citizen ecosystem in which social interaction is completely essential. the focal point of all social interactions are the citizens of that digital space. So Lifeform's avatar editor supports face capture. Users can control the movements and expressions of their avatars in live broadcasts or hold meetings on various video platforms. And of course, they can socialize closely through these highly emotive avatars. In Web3, online meetings are an indispensable way of socializing. So Lifeform can also customize metaverse meetings for 2B end users. We also support users to customize avatars to participate in the meetings. Additionally, Lifeform is adopting a UGC model and opening our We All Create platform, encouraging users to participate in the creation process and redefining the rights to distribute benefits so that the production and creation rights can return to those users. So through We All Create, Lifeform is accelerating the creation of community interaction mechanisms to meet the high frequency interaction and community needs of creator users and inspire more creative exploration. I think that building a community network is centered on creators, and users are a key measure to shape community creativity and productivity. So it will help promote a win-win sort of value in a multi-party participants in the ecosystem. And that's why I think it's so critical.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Lilin, maybe you can also speak to the social part in your projects and how it is so important for Halo.
Yeah, sure. For Halo, our Halo world will create a full-featured ecosystem in the future. This ecosystem will give avatar social attributes, allowing users to interact with each other in a variety of ways. And users can build social networks, attend virtual events, and even form romantic relationships with others. Of course, I mean with the digital personas. And Hello World focuses on the combination of the virtual world and the real world. The hyper-realistic style presented by Unreal 5 engine can better create a virtual world and increase the user's immersive experience. And this immersive hyper-realistic painting style can infinitely magnify the social experience for players. Players hold concerts and meetings in Hello World. Everyone you meet has a unique face, and you can make yourself become who you dreamed of or you wanted to be in the virtual world and make friends with whomever you wanted. And what's more, the Unreal 5 engine also has advanced virtual reality, which known as VR support, allowing players to experience the game more immersively. And for Hello World, this can further improve the playability and immersion of the game, and access to VR technology is also one of our plans. Thank you.
Yeah, super exciting how these social interactions are going to develop and evolve in these new worlds that we are all building together. Adam, I think Universe is also at such a unique point here. Maybe speak a little bit about, what is really the social core of what you're doing at Universe.
Well, I mean, as mentioned just now, we are actually inspired by Tinder and Pokemon Go at the same time, right? So while you actually move around in the Universe app, you can actually connect with people that is using Universe app at the same time that's actually around you. The things that help us in this way is that the reason why we have this gameplay is that we realized that most of the people, when they actually approach other maybe a stranger to make new friends, right? I believe most of us will actually struggles in terms of creating a new topics and to start a conversation or something. Like maybe most of us will just ask some simple things like how are you, have you eaten, kind of thing. These kind of things usually will just turn people down, we believe. So that is why we actually implement game into this social part, where we allow users to actually use game as a scenario for them to actually make friends. So when you actually make new friends, you can easily start the topics with universe gameplay and stuff. So it makes you connect with the people around you easier. So this is the social part where Universe is trying to build and is building and is working right now in our community. So you can see a lot of us in the community. They actually don't know each other, but because of Universe, because of the gameplay, they start talking about the game and then slowly become friends and chat and discuss about their daily life and stuff. So these are the things that we are actually trying to achieve. Yeah.
So cool to see the Web3 community building also then take root in the more physical world and manifest itself there. Rita, for Plant Crossing, what is in your eyes, in your perspective, the real social core to Plant Crossing?
Yeah, so I think that social is very important in Web3, and since Web3 is pretty decentralized and people are away from each other. But in Plant Crossing, we want everybody to enjoy daily life and make fun. Also, our in-game features will include many social attractions for users to connect with each other and feel like they are just like a family. So we adopt the core gameplay in a hyper-casual manner, as a social mechanism contributes a lot to our game during, especially the early growth. For example, currently people can invite their friends to the game and share bonus between the two parties. Also, walking itself encourage people to hang out with their friends in real world to collect steps. And in the features to be deployed soon, we will release more elements and modules that emphasize highly on social engagement. For example, farming feature is expected to launch later this month, where players collect and stake NFTs under certain themes to share project revenues, like in BNB. And for example, like collecting NFTs with different appearance, rarity, and attributes. So in order to gather various NFTs, the best strategy is to fully exchange and trade in the community. And then we will launch also tribe PvP mode, where players team up with each other to battle with or battle against their friends and unlock surprising bonus. So social sharing will also be taken into consideration so that people could share their achievements in game to friends on social media. So just to summarize, so social is a key element we'd like to explore in the near future, and a lot more will come out, as many of them actually are already in the pipeline. Yeah, that's a major social part in Plant Crossing.
That is such a nice way of leading into my next question, which is still on the topic of social in gaming. Would love to hear from Brian and Lilin. What do you really see as some of the keys that projects have to get right for social in gaming? What is your view generally? How do you create that sort of virality, these communities that are striving and actually engaging with one another? Brian, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, the community interaction mechanism is really driven by social attributes. So those help encourage users to continue to create new users and join and help to build a stronger and more engaged community, foster collaboration and encourage ongoing learning and growth. So in terms of Web3 gaming that combines with social, I think it's a smart direction to take. If you consider different objectives that we have, the one objective is to increase engagement. So we combine social with gaming in order to create a sense of community within the game, making players feel more connected to each other and more invested in the game. Another objective is to improve player retention. So players are more likely to keep playing a game if they have a strong social network within it. Social attributes can encourage players to come back to the game regularly and stay engaged over time. So for Web2 games, we may see some potential drawbacks to combining social with gaming. For example, it can lead to online harassment, bullying, which can negatively impact the gaming experience for some players. Additionally, there are concerns around privacy and, of course, data security, as social media platforms may collect and use player data for advertising purposes. But the decentralized nature of Web3 gaming can help to reduce its issues with fraud and cheating, as ownership of assets are clearly defined and tracked on the blockchain. So combining social with Web3 gaming has a potential to create a more engaging, community-driven gaming experience while also leveraging the benefits of blockchain technology for asset ownership and security.
Yeah, really fascinating point that you're raising here. Lilin, especially for Halo, right? Tell us a little bit about your experience in combining social with gaming. How was it before for Halo? But also, how do you see the future now going forward with Halo World?
Okay, in my opinion, combining social with gaming can enhance the variety of the game. This can make a game more shareable and increase its reach. And players are more likely to invite their friends to join a game, even if they can play together and interact in meaningful ways. Also, it can improve game experience. Social functions in games can make it easier for players to share game ideas and experiences, thereby improving game experience, especially for Halo World. The integration of social elements will make it more interesting and attractive in the future. So I think the combination of games and social is very meaningful with the continuous development of game technology and the continuous innovation of game forms. Social function has become a standard configuration of modern games, not just an additional function. Social interaction is becoming more and more important in games. It can not only improve the interactivity and fun of the game, but also bring players a better gaming experience and a wider social space. And the social function can make it easier for players to meet new friends, build your social network, expand your social circle, and increase your social capital. And players can also create their own social circles in the game to build social relationships and communities. And by this way, players gain a deeper understanding both of the game and other players, and it can allow them to better engage with the game world. For example, some games have a guild or alliance function, and players can join a guild or alliance to communicate and cooperate with like-minded players. And this can not only increase the interactivity and fun of the game, but also increase the social effect between players. And what's more is gaming and social integration can also increase the competitiveness and challenge of the game. Social functions can provide players with more opponents and challenges, allowing players to get more sense of accomplishment and satisfaction in the game. For example, a leaderboard function may be set in the game to allow players to compete among themselves and increasing the challenge and competitiveness of the game. So the way social elements are integrated into games brings a lot of room for imagination to many Web3 game projects. And I think this is indeed a direction worth exploring. That's my
couldn't agree
opinion.
more.
Thank you.
So many fascinating opportunities that are opening up these days. However, at the same time, it's not always as easy to tap into these opportunities. And so, would love to hear a little bit from Adam and Rita. What are some of the challenges that you see for gamify projects? What are some of the things that we as an industry need to work on? And also, how are some of the ways that you and your projects deal and overcome these challenges in your day-to-day? Rita, maybe you want to go first.
Yeah, sure. I think it's a very good question. So, GameFi projects started booming from early 2021, initially with play-to-earn model. So, players need to pay to purchase NFT, and sometimes very expensive to join the game, and play around there with gameplay and tokenomics, usually not that well designed. So, token also came out in early stage with nearly no friction. I mean, users, even those who don't really play in the game, they rush into the game and to do pump and dump things and rush out soon. So it easily destroys the product. So we see a lot of things like this. And so people now just thinking about these questions like, do I come here for game or just fight? What should I expect for playing the game? Interesting gameplay, making money, or something else? And game developers, I think, need to think really carefully about these questions carefully before kicking off. So from my perspective, there are a few prospective ways worth exploring. So one is 3A, to make best gaming products in the world even better than top Web2 gaming and combine it with the Web3 economy. So the other is fully on-chain, which is fundamentalism in Web3. And the other is super casual, available to onboard both Web2 and Web3 users, and can lead to really large DAU products. So Punk Crossing takes the third route, trying to accommodate massive audience with low entry barrier and the super casual gameplay, combined with both gaming and social modules. So currently we are still in early stage, and we mostly focus on Web3 players, and we'll expand to Web2 later this year. To avoid disadvantages we learn from antecessors, for instance, we use single token model instead of dual token model. So AVA is only utility and governance in Punk Housing, as well as a platform token. So coin, which is also an important resource in game, is a centralized one and has a limit for every player to game by working simply every day. So also we currently use test token that can only be used in game but can't be transferred to external wallet, and we'll do official token airdrop in beta version to keep the stability of our ecosystem. And what's more, we are strongly guiding our community members and players to focus more on our social and gaming parts instead of just flipping.
I couldn't agree more. I always think gameplay and fun have to be front and center, and Web3 only complements a great game in many ways. And on a very personal note, always have a bit of a difficulty when I don't understand very complex tokenomics, as games should be inclusive and really be able to be played by everyone. But Adam, how does Universe deal with some of these challenges in Web3 and in this young industry where all of us still have so much learning to do?
Well, I think as mentioned just now is that because of this word GameFi, right? People are focusing on the fi a lot more than anything else. As long as the projects can help them make money, they will actually just dive into the project, maybe without doing some research and stuff. I believe we can actually see it from Steppen when people are making a lot of money from it, right? You can see the hype, but right now the hype is kind of like slowed down because they don't make as much as compared. So these are the challenges that actually Universe is facing. Also, like the players is actually focusing a lot on the fight. So our solution to this is that we try to focus more on providing the value and the service to the people, allowing them to actually enjoy the benefits and also the service from Universe. So they will actually slowly start to not focusing so much on the fine, but looking to actually get the value or service from Universe app. So this is the things that we try to solve it, and also this is one of the major challenge that we are facing at this moment. Yeah. So to answer this question, like I have mentioned just now, is that focusing on building, not so much on the fight, and bring values and services to our audience and our users. Yeah, this is what Universe is focusing right now.
And obviously doing so very well already, despite these challenges that all of us share. I mean, there's also a specific thing that we could see in the gaming industry, which is a bit of a disconnect between the traditional Web2 users and Web3 gamers, right? So Lilin, super curious on some of your thoughts on how we can, make Web3 gaming more accessible to Web2 gamers. What are some of the keys that we need to have an eye on here?
Okay, so first of all, in order to adapt to more users, we will launch a PC version and a web version at the same time. And the PC version can support Windows users and Mac users because Hello World is developed based on UE5 engine, and there will be a lot of model data in the installation package. So the computer configuration requirements are relatively high. In order to take care of users whose equipment configuration is not that high enough, so we will also launch a web version, which you can regard as a simple version of Hello World, a small game assistant, which is convenient for users to perform quick operations. And secondly, we will lower the entry barrier for users, which is very important for Web2 users. We provide social accounts login methods for ordinary players who do not understand the blockchain, and users who do not have a decentralized wallet such as MetaMask can log in directly with their email accounts or mobile phone numbers, and the system will automatically register a particle wallet for those users. And this greatly lowers the barrier to entry for Web2 users. And the last but not the least, there is a potential user group. Hello World has access to the Lifeform Avatar model. So Lifeform Avatar and Lifeform Cartoon Avatar can directly enter the game for free. So thanks to Lifeform's SDK support, we have over 3 million potential user groups. Thank you, Brian.
We love you guys.
And we love the cooperation. It's ecosystem at its best that we're witnessing here. But at the same time, Lilin, what I'm hearing is also that it's not necessarily easy to do all these things and really be an accessible game for Web2 users. Rita, maybe you can share some insights how you are specifically targeting Web2 users with Plant Crossing and what needs to be done to be successful there.
Sure. So first of all, we follow mobile first principles since most users are still on mobile, and Plant Crossing has launched on both App Store and Google Play since pre-alpha stage later this year. And we've seen thousands of new in-store users daily right now. And second, we are trying to actually combine Web3 based incentives and tokenomics with fun gameplay together in order to achieve a sustainable business model, which is crucial for a project to unlock more users in the long run. So what's more, we have an in-house user acquisition team with rich experience in Web2 mobile ads and marketing experience, and we will try traditional UA channels once the app is mature enough. So one more thing is that we are still thinking about more solutions to better onboard more Web2 users, because we know the profile of Web2 users is pretty much different from those in Web3. So yeah, we are gonna work together with our community members as well as our partners to come up with better solutions.
So what I'm hearing is, there's not the one strategy, but it's always important to offer users easy onboarding and a multi-platform strategy, be it on mobile or be it on a traditional computer. I think we've heard a few things about that already, but let's hear a little bit about what you are planning in this exciting field. Tell us a little bit about, what is on your roadmap for Lifeform, Brian.
Yeah, so for our roadmap, the next step for us is to continue to expand our footprint by partnering with multiple projects in this space. So of course, as I mentioned before, what we're looking to do is really help the next billion users come from the Web 2 space into the Web 3 space. As we see our role in this, it's to provide really indispensable technology that people and premium projects can use and utilize in their projects to cut their development time and get to market more quickly and stronger, so that all of us together can expand the Web3 space. So beyond that, we have our SDK available for these projects to utilize. and we have more projects being incubated coming up in the future as well.
So many cool things to build and develop. Lilin, we've all heard that your launch is imminent, so to say, but beyond the launch of Halo World, what can the community expect? What are some of the things that you're already working on that you can maybe tell us about already?
Yeah, and in recent future, we will continue to update and iterate Hello World to improve the virtual human ecosystem. We will develop a virtual land system, build a rare resource system, and create a sustainable world ecosystem. Introduce music parties, virtual fashion shows, and esports events to enrich users' virtual experience. Expand esports activities, attract more users, and create a thriving virtual sports community. And in addition, virtual education system, virtual business system, virtual governance system, and virtual tourism system will be introduced later. At the same time, Hello World will establish partnerships with over virtual worlds to create a more closely connected metaverse ecosystem. And in the era of global digitalization, Hello World, as an emerging Unreal 5 engine digital citizen game, provides users with a brand new metaverse experience and opens a new door to the digital world for people. In the future, with the continuous development of virtual technology and artificial intelligence, Hello World's ecosystem will continue to expand and improve and provide users with richer virtual experience and comprehensive services. From social attributes to a full-featured ecosystem, Hello World is building a more closely connected metaverse ecosystem for our citizens in the digital age.
So many things. I think everyone can check out the roadmap probably on the Halo website as well. This is fantastic. Rita, what can we expect from Plant Crossing in 2023? What are you working on?
Yeah, there are actually three major steps of Plant Crossing in 2023, each designed to push Plant Crossing to new heights. So I basically introduced the first stage, ending in late April or early May, I think, is to finalize core gameplay, which is free to play, play to own, and collect to earn. So currently, there's one missing piece of the core gameplay, which is collect to earn. So to put the last piece, we will introduce collect to earn module as the first implementation in farming mode. Users will be able to stake buttons, the NFT that meet certain requirements such as rarity or species, and earn rewards like BNB. And our team is also working on a gamified farming mode to ensure that it is an entertaining as well as challenging experience. So the second stage is planned for late Q2 to early Q3 with the goal of boosting growth via Web3 social. We will introduce the Web3 based tribe mode. As discussed before, tribe mode is a group based gameplay that encourages users to join forces with friends and compete with others to win exclusive ranking rewards. And this feature will not only foster a sense of community, but also help Plant Crossing to reach at least 1 million users by the end of 2023. And we will unveil additional tribe-based gameplay later on, allowing users to collaborate on group tasks as well as attractive button and item rewards. And the last stage targets late Q3 and Q4, open to the world of Web3 by crossing chain support. Embracing users from the entire Web3 ecosystem is our priority. Making crossing chain support is dispensable. So we will support Ethereum along with one Layer 2 platform as partners later this year. This will enable users from the Ethereum ecosystem to join Plant Crossing and enjoy the gameplay together with our users on BNB chain. And we will also facilitate cross-chain asset transfers, allowing users from both ecosystems to transfer their NFTs to other assets freely. And this crucial step will be executed with the utmost care, adhering to the highest industry standards. And more like heading for 2024 and beyond, we will commence the development of Avalon platform, an innovative solution that connects users and brands on mobile devices through digital collectible-based rewards and immersive experiences like AR and LBS. So also we will also embrace Web2 users.
That's a lot of things you're working on, and yeah, me
Yeah.
personally, and I think all of us in our community can't wait to try these new features. There's a lot of excitement also in the comment for Universe. Adam, maybe you can share with your great community a couple of the things that they can look forward to for 2023.
All right, we are actually planning to roll out the free-to-play version soon, like really soon, and also during the once we launch the free-to-play version, we actually expect to onboard more users. So we actually came out with a bounty, kind of like a bounty where we are actually giving out our native token, which is available for a very limited time, and people can start grinding in our app for it, walking around the cities, collecting reward and stuff. And after we roll out the free-to-play version, and another major things that is going to happen is that we are going to announce our seed round investment, which is led by some of the very famous VC in the space. So these are the two things that the players can actually expect in a very recent time. But for more, we're actually going to work together with more IP and also local government actually to actually increase the tourism spot and bring in some partners with some of the tourist attractions with different cities. We actually have the confirmation already and is planning on it, and is going to roll out this year as well. The two I can only tell which country will be the first three that we're actually working on with the government and also the locals IP. We are going to work together with the ones in Hong Kong, Japan, and Thailand also. So these are the three that we are going to work together with the government and also local IP. Yeah. So these are things that the audience can expect.
Exciting times. Watch this space, everyone. Obviously, we at BNB Chain, we love gaming, we love SocialFi. We think that we are having a really great ecosystem, as we can see on this panel today. But still would love to hear from the group. Why did you choose BNB Chain as the main lab to launch your product? Where do you see some of the advantages of BNB Chain over some of the other blockchains in the social gaming sector specifically? Maybe starting with Rita, what makes you excited about BNB and the ecosystem?
Yeah, actually, we took quite some time to decide the first chain Punk Housing would like to build on. So BNB Chain is really a great choice with a few advantages, such as a very low gas fee. It's important for massive adoption in social as well as gaming. Also, high active on-chain users, especially for social gaming field, especially during the cold start stage. As well as good developer ecosystem. And also, we're top team to maintain and keep developing the BNB chain, BNB chain-based ZK rollup solutions. A bunch of reasons, and we think it meets all our expectations. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the kind words. Yeah, our team is working very hard every day to make our ecosystem and technology better for all of you guys, the builders out there. Brian, what are some of the things that excite you about BNB?
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, you guys make it a really easy choice for us. When you evaluate the value of a public chain, the competitiveness of the ecosystem construction is incredibly important. The type and number of projects on the chain reflects the activity of developers and the popularity of that chain. So BNB Chain is a very active public chain. So you could say that we didn't choose BNB Chain, but actually it was really the users who chose BNB Chain, and we listened to them. So additionally, it was the ecosystem integrity that made it Lifeform's first choice. Lifeform had gathered over something like 2.6 million independent owners within 2 weeks and minted over 3 million avatar NFTs. And BNB Chain provided those users with a more secure, stable, convenient digital asset transaction service experience, making all of that possible. So we're exploring more social functions and believe that the technical support of the BNB chain will help make this road more unimpeded. So we've been very happy using BNB chain.
And we are flattered and obviously very happy to have you. Lalin, do you wanna add onto that?
Okay. For one very simple reason, we are huge fans. All of my team members and my friends were huge fans of BNB Chain and K. That's just one of the reasons, of course. And the BNB Smart Chain offers the EVM and smart contract abilities without producing network congestion and a reduction of throughput. And I once read a sentence that is BNB chain. BNB stands for build and build, which embodies the mission of BNB chain to build infrastructure to support the global parallel virtual ecosystem. And I think this is why Halo chose the BNB chain. And the low fees, fast processing, interoperability, access to a large user base, and enhanced security and scalability of Binance Smart Chain make it promising option for developers looking to create social games. Yeah, 2 reasons.
Thank you for these great insights. Adam, wrapping up with you this small round, what are some of the things that you like or maybe even love about the BNB ecosystem? What made you launch on BNB?
Well, I believe most of the things that I want to say actually already mentioned by the previous speaker. So I just kind of like give a view that is actually very personal. I believe Universe actually received a lot of supports from the BNB chain, and we really want to thank the team, especially to Laura, who has been actually helping us to lining up things up, making space like this happen. So I think BNB really helps builders and early starters like us to actually grow. So we really want to give a special shout out to BNB chain team who has been helping us along the way. And most importantly, as mentioned also by the guest speaker here today, is that I believe most of the users here never face any face any issue in terms of having bad experience with BNB chain. The network is always smooth. They do not have any problems to transfer and stuff. So that really help us to actually make sure everything's goes smoothly when we actually trying to trade or transfer NFT and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, and it's giving me a great opportunity to also reach out to all the builders that are listening to this AMA. Go to the BNB website. We have plenty of support offers. We want to help you guys build, and so you will find contact forms. You will find more information about the different support that we try to make available and that we work on very hard with our team. Just reach out and see what we can do for you. And with that, I want to thank everyone on the panel and open up for some questions from the community. Please put it in the comments. What do you want to know from the great guests on our panel? A lot of cheerful voices already, no questions yet. I think we can give it a few more seconds. So Chris is asking, Lilin, when is the metaverse game going to be released? I think you mentioned it before, but so that everyone can mark it on your calendar. When is metaverse game coming out?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this good question, Chris. Thank you. And I think it's the best way to know the time of Hello World to release is pay attention to the announcement on our Twitter. That is Hello Official. We will make the announcement in time of the launch of our game.
Cool. I see Luffy had the same question, so killing two birds with one stone here. Luffy, I hope, you got the answer that you were looking for as well. Any other questions for our awesome guests? Well, there's certainly a lot of hype and excitement about the Halo World release. I think everyone can keep up to date on the website on the exact release date. Cool. Maybe as we have some minutes left, to our speakers, are there any events that you want to let the community know about? Anything that you have planned, campaigns, physical events, tournaments, anything that you want to raise here? Well, there's another question for Brian. What will be the next plan with Lifeform in the near future? Luffy is asking. I think you spoke about it already on this panel. Everyone can re-listen, but yeah, maybe you can just line out some of the highlights for the next few months very briefly.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, as I mentioned before, really what we're focused on right now is helping more and more users enter the Web3 space from the Web2 space. So what that means is making it easier for them to be onboarded, to find projects that they love, and most importantly, to create their personal avatars and use those avatars throughout both the Web2 and Web3 ecosystem. So with the incredibly successful launch of our virtual human editor and of course Lifeform Cartoon, which was even more popular, what we're looking to do right now is to leverage those technologies, both on the creation side and also the DID side, and to bring those technologies, marketing support, as well as our great audience as well, to really high quality projects in the Web3 ecosystem. So for us, the way that we see it is that if we can help more and more projects expand and engage users and create environments in which users not only feel safe, but also love enacting in these spaces, then we can help grow the Web3 ecosystem for everybody. So right now we're focused on leveraging what we've developed so far this year and at the end of last year, and leveraging that going into the rest of 2023.
Yeah, indeed. So many exciting things to watch out for. A few questions around Halo. Huang is asking, for Halo World, do you need a male or female NFT to play?
Okay, for this question, I would like to say the NFT in Hello World doesn't have any gender limits. Both male NFT and female NFT can play in the game. And I noticed that this friend, you asked another question of our Halo points or Halo NFT about the game rule. I suggest that you can follow our Twitter to know more information about the game rules. Yeah. that's the best way to figure out this question's answer.
Cool. I would also extend this to Ma, who is keen on learning more about the economic model of Halo World. But I think there's some awesome resources on your website with likely more to come. So there's a question from Ricardo for Rita. He's asking when Botan's rare. Not sure if you can speak to that.
Yeah. So thank you for the question. So currently, at town registration, people will get 1 free land NFT and 1 free. Sorry, it's not NFT. 1 free land and 1 free Botan upon the successful registration. And for the real Botans and land, so currently we're actually about to arrange airdrop to our early participants. I think the screenshot has already been taken, and the rules have already been released in the media article. So our early supporters who meet certain requirements will get an airdrop of real land. So for real Botans, please keep focus on the social media like Twitter, and the Genesis NFT sales is just about to launch. I think in late April or early May. Yeah, so the Genesis NFT sales will come, and where we will provide as well as real land and the real Botan. Yeah, thank you again.
Thank you so much. I hope that answers your question well, Ricardo. We do have another question for Plant Crossing, although while my Cyrillic is a bit rusty, I think, Rita, you've already spoken to, what is your plan for what or how you can attract Web2 users, and how Plant Crossing has done so successfully already. Encourage everyone to check out the recording of today's AMA if you want to dive into the strategies and opportunities you have in tackling Web2 users, and how some of the great guests on our panel are doing so already. And with that, I think we're almost at the top of the hour. I want to say thank you so much to everyone on the panel. I think it was a really insightful and exciting discussion. We all can't wait to see what is coming up for Gamify in the coming months this year. So many things to build, and so many things to be built on BNB chain. So I can only repeat that. If you are a builder yourself, check out our website. There's plenty of support offers. Get in touch with the team, and let's build together.
Excuse me, Kay, can I add an explanation of our game rule?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for your time, everyone. I want to add my explanation about the Hohen Fan, this friend, about the gender to enter the game, because we have so many different kind of citizens and NFTs and avatars. So I just make sure about this. Yeah, this question with my team. So if you got Lifeform avatar, you can enter the game that without gender limits, both male avatar and female avatar. But for Halo NFT, that is limited to male NFT. So that's my additional explanation about this question. Did it make sense, this friend? Thank you, Kay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, with that, I'm gonna wrap up. Open the mic for my awesome guests to say goodbye to all of you. Thank you for everyone that tuned in, and make sure to also join the next BNB Chain AMA for hot topics and the latest info on the BNB ecosystem. See you soon, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
guys.
Nice talking. Thank you.